Hi Aries, welcome to February and happy Valentine's Day. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And let's see what February has in store for you, for Aries, in the way of love and relationships. And first I want to bring in some good energy for this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing to the channel, to my channel, and thank you for commenting. This month I'm using the Rider-Waite deck, and we have a new moon eclipse in Aquarius, so that is favorable to your sign, and it's conjunct Mercury, sextile Uranus, so it's a good time for new beginnings, breaking free of the routine. So let's see what Aries needs to know about love and relationships for the month of February. I'm using my old deck, my first tarot deck that I ever, that was purchased for me when I was a teenager. We'll see what kind of readings we get with this deck. Okay. What does Aries need to know about love and relationships? What does Aries need to know about love and relationships for the month of February? Okay, Star, Three of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Temperance card, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Strength card, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so February, okay, we just came out of the full moon lunar eclipse in Leo. So for some of you, that could have been an ending of a relationship. Maybe someone was eclipsed from your life for some reason. Because I'm seeing the Three of Swords here. You might be like feeling heart sorrow over a relationship. You might have been feeling lonely. But the major thing this month in February, you have the Star and the Three of Pentacles. So I'll get to that later, the Three of Swords. The Star is a dream come true. You have this vision, you have a dream that you've always wanted to achieve, and you can accomplish that with the Star. And it could be something to do with career success or recognition, because the Three of Pentacles is the master craftsman. Its threes are birth cards. So with Pentacles, you could be doing something that's going to bring in more money or more recognition. Because in the past, you may have been struggling with either depression or having trouble making ends meet. You have the Five of Pentacles here. You feel like you're out in the cold. So maybe last month you might have ended a relationship because you have this Three of Swords here. This is a card of cutting away, and so for some people it can mean operation, like a minor surgery. But most of the time it could mean, you know, sorrow in a relationship. And you may have been feeling, so if you broke up with someone, if you had a falling out with someone, you might have been feeling lonely and depressed, and I don't have any money, and you're just feeling like you're on the outside looking in. And there's a possibility also that a part of you is feeling not worthy of this relationship in some way. Like maybe you feel like you're not good enough for the person that you're interested in. But that's just a head trip you're doing on yourself. Don't do that. If you're interested in someone, you need to work on your self-esteem and self-worth and put yourself out there. The other problem that I'm seeing is this Two of Swords. So it could be that if you've had a rift in a relationship, you can fix things. But you're going to have to take action. Because this is a card of sitting on the fence, trying to decide what to do. It's like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do. And you're waiting for a sign. It's like you've been waiting for the other person to show you that they still care, or that they're still interested. And you're waiting for them to make the move. And they're waiting for you to make the move. With this card, it's like two people are neither one of them wants to drop their guard and can communicate to the other person about how they feel. And this has been what's holding you, what's keeping you apart. And it's really been upsetting you. You have this Three of Swords here. This is in your negative thinking. Like you're really feeling like this relationship might be over. And you're feeling a kind of heartache over it. But with this card, you have to, if you can, I mean, you're in Aries. You can take the initiative. You know, you're not afraid to take chances. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. The other person may be waiting for a sign from you. Maybe they feel like you don't care or whatever, and they're waiting for you to do something. So if you want to reconnect with someone in February, you have, you know, especially with this new moon eclipse coming, it's really a powerful time for love and relationship. It comes right after Valentine's Day, right around, it's like the day after, it's on the 15th. And just before the Chinese New Year, which is the year of the dog coming in on the 16th. So it's really a really significant time, this middle of the month. And you can achieve a goal or a dream in either relationship, but also in career. I'm seeing career cards here. So I feel like you might have broken up with someone and now you're focusing, you know, maybe it's affected your financial situation. Maybe this person was helping you out financially. Or, you know, so if you lose a partner and you lose their income if you're married or you're living together, or even if you're not, if you're just dating and the other person was helping you somehow financially, you're feeling the pinch. So now it's spurring you on to try and find income, additional income. So you might be doing something creative to bring in more money. You have Temperance here coming up. Okay, now this is relating, I think, also. It's relating to the relationship and how to solve the problem if you've broken up with someone. So if you're having problems with someone, even if you haven't broken up, but you might be arguing over things, the Temperance card indicates that you're basically compatible. There's a lot of compatibility here. But the thing is, you have a tendency to go to extremes. So what the Temperance card is saying, don't go to extremes of behavior. Either, you know, it's all good or it's all bad. You know, don't do that black and white thinking. You might be getting into, you know, an all or nothing mode of thinking where, you know, you have a fight and it's over, you know, instead of learning to work with the person. So this is a card that's telling you that you need to consider the other person, not just your own needs. You have to, you know, it's a balance. If you look at this card, the person it's a card of alchemy. They're learning how to balance, you know, the energies of, you know, opposing forces so that they could create magic, you know, and get the best of both worlds. So, you know, you're two separate people and you both have needs and you may have to meet each other halfway and negotiate and compromise. And Aries sometimes is not really good at compromising because they just want what they want. And sometimes, you know, you're so focused on your goals that you don't realize that the other person has needs also, or the other person may need something from you. It's not, you know, so you may have to, if you want to resolve a rift in a relationship, or even just make things better in a relationship, you might need to create some kind of win-win. You know, you might have to listen to the other person and consider their needs, and maybe go out of your way a little bit to show you care, instead of just expecting the other person to come to you. You know, maybe you've been sitting around waiting, well, you know, they need to contact me. And people do that all the time. You know, they want to talk to someone, but they don't want to call them because, oh, they have to call me. So maybe you need to take, you know, the higher ground and reach out to this person. That's what I'm seeing on relationship. Also with the Strength card here, you may be dealing with issues of anger that you have to get under control. How to release your anger, how to get your needs met without going to extremes of behavior or emotion. So this is like, you've been carrying a heavy burden. And I think the way out is through maybe some type of counseling. Whenever I see this card, I think of the need for counseling, because you're taming the wild beast within this. And it could be that you're dealing with someone that you consider hard to tame. You know, they're not just, you know, you want them to behave a certain way and they're not following, your guidance. They're just doing their thing, you know. So you have to accept people for who they are, and you have to kind of find that middle ground. On the career front, though, I'm seeing career with this Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. You may be taking a new direction, learning some new skills. You may be starting a new job, or just going down a new path with your career that's going to bring more recognition, bring fame, recognition, and even financial success down the road. Because look at you have three threes in this reading. So whatever you're doing, you're going to start to see the results. You're going to see the harvest. Threes represent the results of our efforts. You know, you start with the ace is, you know, the initiating something. The two is, you know, the give and take between two people, and then the three becomes, you know, the result. Okay, I put my stuff out there. Now what am I getting back? I've been working on this thing. I've planted some seeds. You know, you plant seeds with the two, and then the three is the results of those actions. So with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands here as an outcome card, you're going to start seeing results in February. So whatever you've been working on, if you feel you haven't seen anything profitable come back, you are going to see the results. Now with this Three of Swords, you're also seeing the results of your actions in a relationship. So you may decide, some of you may decide to, you know, cut away what's no longer working. So if you're in a situation, either a relationship or career, and you feel like it's just not working, you may decide to walk away from it or cut away and focus in a new direction. If you're dealing with a relationship, it's possible that the person you're dealing with is having a lot of work. It's not so much that they're not wanting to contact you. It might be that they're overloaded with work. They have a lot of responsibility and they're just burdened. If it's a career thing, you might be in a job that's just placing too many demands on you, and you feel it's just too much work. The workload is just too much, and it's affecting your health. So you may think, well, maybe I need to move on to a new situation. So with the Strength card, if you're having problems adjusting to things, or dealing with a breakup, or dealing with anger, counseling can help. Counseling can help you deal with the strong emotions that you might be dealing with at this time in February, and can help you reach this star. So consider that. And then you have the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is definitely, you know, the ships are returning from the sea, if you can see this card. In the number 2 of this suit, the person has put their energies out there and they're waiting to see what comes back. Here, you're seeing what's coming back. So you're getting results. You're getting, you know, if you put energy out there, you're going to see results. And it will be positive. So I'm seeing positive energy in terms of career. You've been working really hard toward a goal. You're going to start to see the fruit of your work. You're going to start to see results, recognition, profit. In a relationship, you might be thinking of either ending a relationship, or you might be feeling sorrow over a relationship that might have ended. You can work to bring it back into harmony, because this is a card of balance. You know, you have to just find the balance, meet the person halfway, compromise, and maybe even go to counseling if that might help. Now let me look at your astrology. So you've got Sun, Moon, Mercury, all in the 11th house. That fits the star perfectly, because it's a new beginning. You're starting to work toward achieving a goal or a dream, and it could be through a group that you start to belong to. You may join a group or an organization, and it may have to do with, it may be something that comes out of the blue, because this new moon is sextile Uranus in your 1st house. So it's a time you're feeling this energy, this restless energy, like you just want to break free and you want to just start over. So you may be meeting new friends or new groups of people where you can meet new people and new friends. Now you have Jupiter in the 8th house, and that's squaring the new moon. You want to be careful with how you're spending your money. You want to be, because Jupiter, it tends to increase things. You may just go on a crazy You just don't want to overdo it. I mean, you need freedom from something. You need to be you, and you need to have new beginnings, but just don't overdo it, because Jupiter in the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of, now it can bring money in. It can bring inheritance, because the 8th house is another partner's money. Or it could bring, so maybe if you're married, if you're in a relationship that's committed, your partner may be getting a new job that pays a lot. If you're just dating someone, then Jupiter, and you've broken up, you may just want to go out and find somebody, you know, and have like a hot, passionate love affair. Because Jupiter's like adventure. I want adventure. I want to just do things on a big scale. So you may have started something. You may be starting something at this new moon, and you just want to go over the top with it. So just don't, because Jupiter is squaring the new moon. Jupiter is not really a negative aspect, even in a square, but it does tend to increase the tendency to overdo, because it's about, you know, you're so optimistic that you think nothing could go wrong, and you just go, you know, 100, like you're just going full steam ahead. So you may want to just tone it down a little bit. Just, you know, don't go over the top. That's all. So if you meet someone, like, you just maybe head over heels, you know. Because also at this new moon, Venus is sextiling Saturn, and Venus is in your 12th house. So you may have this like secret feelings for someone, like that you haven't really been communicating your feelings. So if you're in love with someone, if you have feelings for someone and you're not telling them, that could be part of why things are kind of shaky right now, because you're not communicating your feelings. So you need to communicate your feelings. And if you can do that, if you can break down, let your guard down, and tell the person how you feel, you may come back together even stronger. And with Saturn being sextile Venus, that you could form a relationship that really has a strong foundation, something that lasts. There could also be a relationship where there's an age difference, Venus and Saturn, you know, so you could be dating someone older or younger, or where one person acts like the parent to the other. That's the Saturn-Venus thing. Saturn and Venus also has to do with money. Venus is not just love, it's also money. So with Saturn sextiling Venus, you could come into a career situation that's going to bring in a more stable financial situation. So you could be making more money in February, or at least starting on the path, because this is a card of, you know, beginning something, being the apprentice, learning something new. It will lead to more financial security or stability in the future. So I think that looks good. I mean, especially with the star here. The star is really a card of hope. So if you're if you're feeling heartbroken, or you're feeling sad over a relationship, the star is telling you that there's hope. It's not all over. Even though you may be feeling like it's over, it may not be. It may just be your perception. Maybe you just need to reach out to the person. And, you know, it could be that the person's been really busy. Your partner's been really busy and swamped with work, and they haven't had a chance to reach out to you. So don't go to extremes of thinking like, oh, it's all over, that's it, you know. It could be that they're dealing with their own problems right now, and they haven't, you know, they expected you to contact them or whatever. So I think it looks good. February looks good financially for you. And it looks like you can also, if you want to save a relationship, you can save it. But it's also a good time for new beginnings if you decide that you want to walk away and start something new. This is powerful. The eclipse is really powerful this month. It's a partial eclipse, but eclipses are like, you know, new moons with, you know, rocket fuel attached to them. So anything that you start now, it's going to affect your life for the next 6 months, or until the next eclipse. And so in Aquarius, it means that you just need to be yourself. You need to be unique. You could be feeling rebellious at this time. Like, I'm tired of the same old, same old. I don't care. I want to be who I am. I want the world to see who I am. I'm tired of fitting a mold. You know, we had all this energy, all these planets were going into Capricorn, where you had to conform. to rules and regulations. Now that everything goes into Aquarius, people are feeling like, the hell with the rules and regulations. I need to be authentic. I need to be me. And Uranus is supporting that need to be you. So put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to show your true talent or your true gifts. The world is ready for you. You know, you have the support of the stars for a new beginning. And maybe, you know, you just need to find someone who can accept you for who you are. If you're in a relationship with someone who wants you to be different, you know, maybe you're feeling like, I can't, I'm trying to be somebody I'm not, and I'm not happy. You can be who you are in February. You can start a new beginning that will bring you closer to a dream. So maybe you need to, you know, join some groups that resonate with you. You might be joining groups that want to save the world, or want to work to benefit society in some way, because that's what the 11th house is all about, this new moon. It's about friendship. It's about the groups that you belong to, that social groups. It's also about the money you make from a business or career. So it could be that you start bringing in some money in February, and that will help alleviate this financial sense of lack that you've been dealing with over the past couple of months. Like, you might have been dealing with that since the last solar eclipse in Leo in August. Like, you might have been really struggling financially. So this should be a change. So there should be a change in your financial situation after the new moon. So start working, thinking of ideas of how you can improve your life and what you can do to bring in more money. The stars are with you. And if you've lost contact with someone, if you've had like a falling out, reach out to that person. Don't sit on the fence. Reach out. If you're still interested in the relationship, reach out to them. And you can probably fix things or have a new beginning at the new moon, especially around Valentine's. It's a perfect time to reach out. It's a time for, you know, love, and to show your love and to share your love. So good luck, Aries, and happy Valentine's Day. I wish you luck and love and career success. I hope this reading was a help to you, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.